Is everyone happy after some technical difficulties?
Speaking of technical difficulties, the controller's not working again. Howdy, folks. I'm the deputy.
I'm Mr. Tex, and I am recovering from Delta Airlines influenza.
Oh, that special strain that you get when flying.
Well, it's one of those things where when you get on a plane and germs are the size of turtles. What's good is I somehow have been forced to work less against my will, but I am in that place. Second thing is I find I can't do any voice work right now, but it does produce a wider range of Metal Gear Solid Snake voices I can do. So, win-win.
Ah, so you can do Old Snake now as well.
Why are we here? Just to suffer.
Otacon, I'm dying. I think it's my snake genes. As he smokes an entire pack at once.
Otacon, I'm dying. Camels are great. All right, so let's see.
Now, as I recall, we are loading into the Sorrow boss fight to see how many millions of Russians.
You mean we're about to play Galaga?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be froggering across this entire river. We will see the Sorrow today, I think.
All right.
It's super quiet. Still super quiet.
Am I super quiet, or is the game super quiet? We can discuss that before starting. It's all right.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of dead fish.
Well, that is also par for the course. I recall that I used grenades with abandon in the river sections.
Well, yeah, I mean, let me just say this. If I am given a hand grenade...
We're both quiet.
Oh, we're quiet.
If we're all quiet, then wouldn't you turn up the volume?
Yeah, it says, unusually both Tex and Dev are quiet.
Okay, yeah, I had dropped my voice so that I wasn't overpowering Tex like I typically do.
Ah.
Right, come over here, you... I don't recall that guy running before.
So they're saying everything is soft, especially our voices.
Ooh, okay.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
I love that this is all in slow motion.
Even slower than it normally was?
Yeah, that's a lot of. Oh, look at that guy. Yeah, he's having a bad day.
I do like, yeah, the
Ooh!
Scooby Doo ghost noise.
You know what I would add in? You know what I would add in instead of the Scooby Doo noise is I would add in the Halloween pumpkin sound. You know where it's like.
I can't tell if these guys are easier or harder to dodge in slow motion. I do appreciate that they're all holding their crotch, because I did do a lot of crotch shots.
Well, you gotta shoot people in the dongle. That's how you assert that dominance. Listen, man, if you can't play with an LPO flamethrower, don't have one. Like, you know.
Oh, good God.
Scooby-Doo's canonical name is Scoobert Doobert Doo.
Is it now?
I hope not.
That's his government name.
I really hope that that's not. I hope that there's no like Scoobert Doobert Doo versus United States of America. You know what I mean? I hope that that's where my brain went. Was like there is a Scoobert Doobert Doo versus the United States of America in like chicanery court.
Uh-oh. Getting mobbed by dead people. I don't recall breaking anyone's neck. Chat, have I broken anyone's neck?
No,
Or is
surely
that one of the
not.
generic ones?
Why is this guy doing this? Why is this guy so weird?
Well, you know, this is supposed to make me feel bad for killing or something.
I don't. I would feel more confused. I mean, like,
To
have them.
Yeah, the first time I played this, I was doing a no-kill run, because that's the way that I tend to play all Metal Gear games when they first come out, before I get tired of them.
Yeah.
And, so this river was just a bunch of dead fish, and occasionally one of the bosses would go by and be like, "You're a bad person!"
Yeah, when I first played this game, I ran back and forth because I was lost. I was really lost because I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and so every time I ran to an area, I had to kill more people.
Oh,
So when I first played through this game, it was a million fucking people, and it was like playing Tetris. And I was going, "What the fuck?" And
Yeah.
I had to explain to my friends like, "Well, I went down this river chock full of dead people." And they're
all of
like,
those
"Weird."
bodies were before the first boss.
Oh god. Wait, hey. The house from A Christmas Story is up for sale.
Oh, God. Oh, there's no way that hit me.
It's the Christmas Story house. I could go live there in Cleveland.
All of the bees are dead too? Fuck yeah, they are. You know how many of those bees I shot? I have the Patriot. I shot them off of him until they were no longer effective armor.
I believe that's also like standard in Texas to do that.
I'm worthless now? Holy shit, Kojima put that in the game? What the...
That's great.
I don't think I'd ever heard that before.
Oh well.
There are a lot of people holding sticks.
You know, it's about aiming where you're just naturally inclined to, I guess. And let's disregard that all of the ghosts are walking around holding their balls.
Yeah, steal a little bit of life. I don't care. Just fuck off. No, brother, I don't.
No, I don't. I actually press check guns the correct way and know how to use them. There are those who shoot dicks and those who will be shot in the dick. That would have been my intro to this game, not war begun east and west. I wouldn't do that. I would say there are those who shoot dicks and those who will be shot in the dick. And then it would say Randolph P. Checkers. And then underneath that, asshole. And then it would just open up with you shooting people in the dicks.
That Scooby-Doo noise again. Oh, look at that masterful slow motion dodge.
I would love to watch. I'm used to
Witness the
masterful.
sorrow I've caused.
If I had a bunch of people,
I'm
if I had
a
a
walking
bunch,
mortuary.
if I had a bunch of people following me, haunting me, using the exaggerated hand gestures
Yeah.
to do so, I would die laughing. I wouldn't be haunted. I would just be like, this is Thriller. I am walking through Thriller. Is Kojima suggesting that Thriller is terrifying? I don't understand what the takeaway is. It's like someone dosed a Tai Chi class with LSD.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, he wants a hug.
The voices of the dead keep telling me I ruined them.
Uh-huh. Well, you know what? I've seen this before when I was playing Anno 1800. It was called Hogfish Bay. It was a perfect terrarium. It was great. The coal works would make me money. The hog rendering plants would make the sausage. The workers worked at the coal works and loved the sausage.
I killed
And
some
then
fish, yeah.
eventually a fire would burn everything down. And it would start all over. Hogfish Bay. Perfect terrarium. No police, no fire department required. When I see the fear, I think of that. What? Oh my god.
I don't know
All
if that
right.
was supposed to happen or not.
I don't know either, but when I see the fear, when he's walking like that, I think of that meme of Crinkles up to you at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
What's the Wi-Fi password?
Yes, my introduction to the Legion.
Ugh.
Walking by self. Welcome to the show. Thank you for subscribing.
Yeah, this is definitely Hogfish Bay territory.
That's a lot of dead fish. Did I kill that many fish? I don't think I did. Oh, did you see the skeleton? Its mouth was moving like a Halloween store prop.
So is this like a warning against overfishing, or? Oh look, here comes some more dick shot.
Well,
All
okay, I got that guy with a claymore, so...
Why dick flat?
Cannon
Is that
dick.
guy a vampire? What the fuck is that guy?
You know, I can't help but think that I've dodged like 90% of these.
Don't worry, there's Raiden. Bye, Raiden. Anyways. I love how they sometimes make little raptor noises.
Yeah. I'm wondering why all
Alright.
their hands are bloody.
If you had to redo this area's soundtrack, what would it be?
Oh, God.
How about Bang the Drum? I don't want to work. I just want to bang on the drum all day. Like
Clever
just
girl.
that.
Yakety sax, yeah.
Slow down, Benny Hill. Like, I can make that happen. I
can?
can do that. I've done all of our bad theme park music. I guess one of my favorite tracks is Barbara or Barbara Ann. But my take on it. Bora Bora RN, as I call it.
Yeah.
Just what you want to hear on the 8-hour teacup ride.
Did
Man, you shot a lot of people in the cock, Deb.
I did. I was wondering why right there he was like scrunched up in the fetal position, holding his guts like he ate too much Taco Bell. Did they steal that voice line from the intro of a Rammstein song?
Du hast mich.
Well, yeah, no, it's I'm trying to remember which song it was.
I've got Rammstein voice today.
You do. You got that Till Lindemann voice.
That's a great fucking voice.
Yeah, he's a weird dude, but it's a good voice.
I know. I don't care how weird somebody is. That's just somebody that I would hide.
Did I kill the bird?
No. That bird is eternal. Remember, it was in the second game.
Yeah.
Remember?
I do.
It's time and space. The bird is
the
just
safety
conveying
dance
to its. Yeah. Oh, the safety dance would be good.
To all the girls I've loved before. Annie, are you okay? Eat the ghost fish, kill them twice.
It's only a paper moon.
Oh, hey, there we go. We're getting some of the pilots in. Yeah.
What about Dear Hurts and Gentle People?
Uh.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know why. Why would you use that voice effect?
Under Pressure. That's a good one. Dung 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 dung. I think.
Why do I even try to dodge? I should just take it.
I think Don't Fear the Reaper would be pretty good.
Yeah. Hello, darkness. I mean, this is already like 3/4 of a Portishead music video anyway.
You know what I think is kind of interesting about this is really one of the first of Kojima's walk forward for adventure things.
This is the proto.
Yeah, he thought of all of the things he did in the game. Walk forward for adventure, like F-Zero, but at 0 miles an hour. Is where the action's at.
Well,
yeah, this is Project Zombo. This is Project Zomboid basically at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
of
with
course
the what's the mod that'll give them call-outs where they'll remember things about their life? What I want to know is why he decided to make it so that when they touch you and steal your life, it makes like an indigestion noise.
Well, that's the sound of ghosts. Ghosts sound like farts. In Japan, ghosts sound like farts. A Kojima story. That's what he told us. There. Handled. I connected the dots. You're welcome.
You did?
Ghost farts.
Okay, no, he doesn't need the toilet yet. He just had to crouch for a little bit. Think about what he'd done.
Garts. Foasts, if you will. I don't know why, and I mean, that guy didn't even have to be a spaceman. All you have to do is say he found that backpack, and that's why he's angry. And I'm like, okay, I understand.
I just want to know what I did to Ben. Is it now? I don't think it is. Oh no, and here's the Sorrow's body!
Oh no. He got dumped the hard way.
Yeah.
Relationship
What if I
over.
don't want it?
He's like, touch my body.
Wicked scar, man. I kind of, not gonna lie, I kind of dig those pants, though.
I don't like his dancing. It's too smug.
It is pretty smug.
Also,
So,
did he
okay,
die... Wait, did he die dabbing?
little bit. See, I was wondering, like, all of his equipment's gone. There's no 1911 in that holster, but Ghost Him still has his 1911.
So you're saying ghost guns are real?
Yeah. I mean, they have to be, right? Also, look at those BDU pockets. He's got like 4 fucking MREs in there.
Yeah, he needs them. He needs them because of his ghost powers, make him twitch and fly around.
There is no sorrow. That bolt found something important in Snake's head. Yes.
Remorseful Rat says, is this the sad guy? Yes,
Yes,
this is the sad guy. If you're talking to us as hosts, though, are we the sad guys?
Also,
Yes. Yes, also yes. Please don't clip that.
I can't.
Shoot me. You want to finish your mission, don't you? Then you'll have to shoot me.
The spirit of the warrior will
That's what I
always
call
be
my
with
D
you.
as well, but, you know, I don't go spreading it around.
The spirit of the warrior will always be with you, Pocahontas.
Where did she shoot
what?
him that it cracked his eyeglass? The ultimate warrior? Yes. No, now
if
we
there
get
was-
heavy-handed Kojima shit.
What if there was a guy that was just like his thing was just well-adjusted man, you know? Like that was his thing in the squad. They're like, what's your special ability? And he's like, my parents are alive. We speak regularly. I'm on good terms with my siblings. I have no regrets.
You've seen the Metal Gear Solid Hero Generator, right?
Yes.
We should play that on stream because we're gonna be here for a minute.
All right. Where is it? Let's find it. Let's make some Metal Gear Solid characters.
Yeah. She shot him in the soul.
45. She used a 45.
Probably his, yeah. You ever see that movie where people can curve bullets? Yeah.
Snake, are you all right? That was a close call.
What the hell happened to me?
You were halfway drowned at the bottom of the river. Almost crossed over to the other side.
Other side.
All right, let me think. Let me think. Where's the Metal Gear Solid? One moment.
Does Snake have an iPod? Yes, but no.
He was an uncanny
He has an actual physical iPod, like, shuffle in the next game, so don't worry. We're getting there.
power. He had ESP.
Metal Gear Solid character creator. You know, you don't need to go far to make a Metal Gear Solid character.
No, but this one will let you do it with D100 die.
All right, where do you have it?
I do.
Find out what
But I
All
think
right,
if I tab out, this
No.
OBS fucks up.
That's not good. All right, 1 second. Let me see if I can.
Hold on, we're gonna try it. I'm gonna tab out. If the
Okay.
stream breaks, it's Tex's fault.
It did not do that. That is a fucking lie. You're a monster.
2 years ago?
At Salino Yards. You know, those cliffs you were at. And the boss is the one who did him in.
It seems like alt tab's working fine. All you can see is just
2 years ago, the boss was
the mouse.
CIA on a secret mission to Salino.
Oh, can you see the mouse?
That's when she
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's it.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that's it. It's not broken. Everything looks fine. Except you don't see the mouse on the stream. I see the mouse on your little screen over on the right, though.
Ah,
People don't realize I'm watching something over on the right, and you don't see the other thing. but I do because we're slightly complex. Okay, here we go. A D100, right?
Yeah.
All right, all right. Okay, let's let chat help us out, right?
Yeah.
All right, so wait, let's give me a D100 for gender. Yeah, give me a D100.
What are you talking about?
79.
All right, so we female. Female. All right, I need a 2D100 for the code name.
You're out of control. Yeah, I got carried away by the current and almost drowned. Great.
65
65
and
and
60.
69.
All right, let's see. All right, our name is Stalking Bat. God, this makes me feel gross. All right, so it's
Stalking
working.
bat.
Stalking Bat. So I'm just going to go down the D100s that people have been saying they're rolling. So we have Stalking Bat. The next one is 26. So this is like I Ching now. Let's see. 26. Oh, of course, the Cold War. Active in the Cold
Okay,
War.
yeah. So we're Cold Warriors.
We're Cold Warriors named Stalking Bat. All right, next one is 82. Reputation. Well established, known by all factions. So Jane generic. Got it. All right, personality traits. Which one was the next one? Not 82, 38. Authoritarian and demanding. I hate this. It's working. All right. Roll 14. Let's see. Of course, an infiltrator, an agent of stealth in extremely secure places. And fuck off. All right. Psionic potential. Why? All right. In 99. Let's see. Of course. Oh no, they are a cyborg soldier. Ugh.
Oh man.
Ugh. All right, employer. Let's go next. Okay. Wow. All right. 99, 89. All right, cyborg soldier. And then their employer is, of course, a squad of professional. No, sorry, it's the next one. A group of fellow renegade super soldiers who work for themselves.
Oh, naturally.
All right, and then discipline. All right, so and then it'll be a 95. Magnetic force field. That's what they can do. And their quirk, the last one will be 33, which is, let's see, 33. Wears one color clothes. Stalking Bat. Done and done. Kojima. I hate it, and it unfortunately is something I would probably see in a Kojima game.
Yeah, like that absolutely as a character fits.
Yeah, so Ogawa cast. Female, Stalking Bat, Cold War, well-established, authoritarian, demanding, infiltrator, psionic, potential, cyborg soldier, group of fellow renegade super soldiers, magnetic force field, one color clothes. This sounds like something that Aldonius would get as a character request.
I kind of want to try to run something set in this universe. Crab battle.
Why
And have
magnetic cyborg?
people roll up their characters with that.
Ugh. I would hate it. I think that would be, you could easily do it. D100 would work.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all D100. So,
You know, we're about to actually start getting the second run of Magistratum Mundanus episodes.
yes.
Oh yes, it's gonna.
People are asking where this character roller is. I stole it off the internet and gave it to him.
I don't have. Just don't worry about it. Just look up Metal Gear Solid Super Soldier Generator.
Yeah, and it'll pop up.
That is what it's called. Metal Gear Solid Super Soldier Generator.
He's got to be careful holding that like that.
Well, let me say this. You will make that mistake once. I saw a guy who had 4.5 fingers because he had a 44 Magnum.
'Tis on Reddit.
Yes, spread it around the ox and let the good boys and girls create insane super soldiers and see who can draw the worst original character art. I want to see some MS Paint stuff. I want to see you draw your super soldiers and your super serious original character do not steal.
You know, you can tell that's not a real Ural because it didn't break down.
You know, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. If this was a Ural, you would be able to drive it through that. It would break, and then you would be able to take the engine off of it and pour it out.
Yes, and get it
And then it
running
would
again.
And then it would start. I think Ural bikes are great and terrible. They are great and terrible for the same reason. Cookie Mama, it's all about making really stupid things happen.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Like most Soviet tech. I'll tell you that's been my experience with the gas. It is pretty
Soviet
easy to
tech is
break,
very-
but it's also pretty easy to fix.
My favorite part is when people are like, "Why do you like AK platforms?" And I'm like, "Because I can fix it with a hammer."
Oh, there's a snake right there. That could have been a roll credits moment. Now, okay, here we go. I have family over, so if you're hearing the dogs and everything in the background, please.
Don't like snakes.
Not for dinner.
I'd be like, "Ma'am, we're like in a danger situation, so maybe not."
French, Italian.
She's drying off. Can't you tell?
No, I'm sorry, but
Even-
I mean, I know I'm autistic and slow on the uptake, but I know when someone's going for the kill, and that, I mean, that's, I'd be like, "Ma'am, I have a festering eye wound. I was shot in the face at point blank range. I have a festering eye wound, and I'm eating a snake. Put them away.
It still smells like gunpowder.
My sinuses smell like bullet. Please, please don't. Please don't. I have a eye wound.
When this mission's over, you'll have
Eye wound."
What do you want to eat?
Let's see. How about sushi?
Isn't that what you have there?
It's Japanese. I hear it's all the rage right now.
Madam, has
Like-
your spine malfunctioned?
Raw fish. Just the place for my survival.
Hey, what happened to his arrows?
They only show up in some cutscenes. How you can tell which ones are pre-rendered and which ones are not.
You know what's really funny is that he can't grab a butterfly, you know? So we should probably trust him with a gun, right?
Snake.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Thank you, Snake.
God, you know that like that quick dip in the river didn't wash him off very well. He must smell awful.
Festering eye wound.
She just kissed the eye wound. Yeah, introduce some oral germs into that. And another time. Oh, she got lower that time.
Well, I'm just gonna
Does
say
Kojima
this.
know how kissing works?
I think he's seen it in a manual. I think Kojima browses WikiHow on everything. I think he looked up how to romance on WikiHow, and he saw all of these images, and he's like, there has to be a fire,
Are you all right?
and they have to kiss and love each other.
Yeah, ma'am. Please cup touching my
It's not like I can't
burn
see.
wounds.
Got one good eye.
Oh,
I
God.
love my burn wounds. They're so good.
If she's his eyes, can she please hit the target of his lips? This episode, Kojima's badly concealed fetish. Exactly. WikiHow, how do boobies work? Oh, good
Wiki.
lord.
No, you know that's what he's doing. He can't help himself.
Highly potent explosive from the west. It can be molded
Ah,
into
a
any
highly
shape by
potent
hand.
explosive from the west. C3, as in composition 3?
Yes.
Right.
You mean the common commercial explosive?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I mean,
You're not
it's
supposed to
like
take that out of its wrapper.
it's also like seriously been around since World War II.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand why she's going like, oh, it's this No, no, it's not. It is as dumb as you can make high explosives. It's one thing.
Yeah. C3, C2, they're
Yeah,
both
it's
World
it's
War
it's
II explosives.
yeah, it's U.S. specified plastic explosive made out of a thing, which I'm not going to talk about, and then plasticizers. The difference between the numbers, the other blend, it's seriously a very, very common, like incredibly common explosive. It is a mass-produced explosive. It would be like walking up to somebody and handing them a candy necklace and going, "These are crown jewels."
Yeah, don't use my custom monogrammed pen, and it's a big pen with big pen writing on the side.
It's weird. Um, and yeah, like it also it's a commercial explosive. It is a commercial explosive. It is very common.
So remember, not only have I broken into this base once already using a disguise, I am now missing an eye. And they're going to be like, oh, yeah, the one-eyed scientist with the bandana who smells like rotting flesh. He's completely normal.
From his festering eye wound.
Man, that scientist looks a lot like the guy we just shot in the eye who escaped 4 hours ago.
Yes. Oh, we have to hydrate.
No, hydration.
But when it comes down to like stuff like that, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea what people are getting into.
It has been 15 minutes and 32 seconds since I last touched it.
Wow. Well, don't worry about it. We're here to watch a movie. And of course, ladies have eyeliner in combat. It's one of those things, a little bit of pizzazz.
Okay, if this takes us out at the lab, why didn't we take this way to escape?
You can't do that because that would have been awesome.
Tactical eyeliner.
I know.
Yeah, we
plenty,
knew. And this...
I know. I know plenty of women who've gone to war, and they all laugh at Kojima too, but for very different reasons.
Because he hasn't ever met a woman, so he can't write strong female characters.
They terrify him, obviously. And no, the one and only laughing man says no, she's just really tired because Snake keeps calling her.
Yeah, that's who he is. Is she's laying across a cave from him, and hears her radio go off.
Do you want to hear? And hey, Ogawa, that is an RE. RE is different. Always make sure you check the density. So one of the things that I told Deputy earlier this year that made him die laughing and me die laughing at the same time, and I wanted to share it with all of you out there. I said for years and years and years on recording, it's really awkward when I'm hanging out with Deputy because there will be recording where I'll tell a joke and I'm laughing and I know he's laughing, but he forgets to hit the button so it opens the mic. So there have been years of just stilted conversations where I will say something and he's dying laughing but doesn't hit the button. So on the recording it's da 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 and then nothing lands. And it's so fucking funny because it's just I know he's laughing but he forgets to hit the button. So it's just this incredible, awkward me silently laughing to myself, and I sound like I'm insane on all of my recordings. I sound like I'm insane, because he says dead nothing, and I'm losing it, and he is just dead quiet.
Well, and that's so to try and fix it, we went from push to talk to, open mic for stuff like this. But if I lean back or move very far away from this microphone, it just drops my voice entirely as part of the noise canceling because I've got dogs and I wanted to make sure background noise didn't get picked up.
Insurance.
So yeah, even now that's still a problem sometimes.
It's hilarious. It's really really funny because it was just like for years. It's like here's this other partner that just doesn't record that button, and so it's just like crazy person laughing to themselves. Crazy person laughing to themselves. Uh,
Uh,
that are even worse. You'll laugh once and then release the button. That is the
so
best.
you
So
get
you'll just
one chuckle, a
no.
single
So you
sensible chuckle.
no. It's really good when it's really fun because you'll go ha, and that's all I'll hear. So it sounds like a clown horn. It just and I'll be like, it's in the recordings. You're just
Oh
dying
god.
laughing at it. It's great. Uh, so occasionally that happens.
Just occasionally.
So I had an I was thinking of some different forms of challenges I'd like to
Hmm.
put on WBPL 76. I had a few ideas because I don't run it, but I occasionally contribute bad ideas. I know a lot of people have hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. You know
Yes.
the VR game. You know how everyone plays that game for a bit and they all act very tactical and tough, right?
Hmm.
They all sit there and they try to get the fastest time with the baddest weapons and all the other stuff. And I think that's really boring. So remember when we started doing the long rifle competition?
Yes.
So for those of you who don't know, you keep getting barrel extensions in the game, and then you screw all the barrels together, and you can get a gun barrel that's like 40, 50 feet long. And so you can literally go around and Elmer Fudd enemies like the cartoon, where you like put the barrel around the corner, and it's bending because it's so long, and then you just pull the trigger. And so what I was thinking of is like seeing if anybody could do one of those contests, like stop and hold or whatever, and see who could do it with the longest gun.
Hold on, I'm trying to guess a rat.
I remember Mike did one that was great where he had a Mosin Nagant that was at least the full length of the hallway. So he held it out, and you see the end of its barrel wobbling like a foot up and then a foot down because of how long it is. So there's this sausage guard at the end of the hallway who's walking around looking, very bored, and this barrel is perilously waving like within a foot of his face. And then Mike pulls the trigger, and a second later, you hear the distant pop.
Nope. Need that.
You gotta shoot mushrooms.
Ooh, cardboard box B. Well, those ones are glowy, so they recharge my bullshit.
Of course. Wouldn't it be funny if just one of Snake's items was like a 10-foot pole with a 12 gauge shell on the end of it that he could just tap people from? Like he'd hide in the tree and just sit there with that pole, and as they'd walk by, he'd just tap them with it and blow one of them up, and they'd go like, "What the fuck?" And
Yeah,
Snake's like, it's like, no, it's like the pole they use for sharks. You know what I mean? Like he just has that.
I was
Yeah.
wondering if anybody was going to catch that I was just gassing rodents and wildlife as I went through the passage.
Don't worry.
No, the frog's a pet. The rat is food, but the frog's a pet. God, the air raid siren is still going off?
Yeah, it's broken. You need to change the fuses.
Oh god, not the BTR 152. I've driven one of those. You can't see out of it. You didn't need to hide.
No, you could walk up to it and he'd just wave at you if he saw you. He's hoping you're a friend.
There's also no rifle rack in the driver's seat, so he just had that like bouncing around. At least not on the one I drove. Soviets weren't massive on rifle racks. Like if it was a border guard vehicle or something, then it would have it. That dog that you are hearing is in the kitchen, a level below me.
What is? Well, feed it the beans. The dog wants the beans, deputy.
Well, I'm pretty
Feed the
sure
hound the beans.
my youngest sister is playing with him. That is why he's barking.
I love the idea of what you said of, do you trust a German with your beans? It says refried beans on it twice.
Yeah, Gebhardt. Gebhardt, they're great. I've never had them, but I mean, I trust the Germans in Mexico. They've only screwed us the once.
Zimmerman telegram. I will tell you this much. Like, people think I'm a smart man, and I want to disabuse anyone of that notion. I'm autistic.
Where did all
I have
of
a
those
very
guys come from?
Oh shit. I have a very narrow focus with very deep interests. That's it. So when it comes down to stuff like society or culture, I won't know shit. But when it comes down to stuff like obscure guns, I'm your boy. Or if it comes down to offensive telegrams issued by imperial powers, I'll know them. Zimmerman telegram Tex knows.
Okay, so I can't chloroform the dog.
You know, that's disappointing.
Gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way.
You gotta guess that dog was Smonk. Up, the guy found the Ooga horn.
He did.
That or they had to build. That or the compressor had to build up.
Had to build up some steam.
Yeah, they had to build up the compressor for it. They've been holding on to it for 10 minutes. Smonk, you are on fire. Yeah, they had to replace the Awooga horn due to wear. It's been on quite a bit.
It has. I legitimately was going to try to sneak through this section because I didn't want to fucking fight all these assholes again.
Yeah, and now we're playing Postal.
Pretty much, yeah.
And the flowers will grow. You gotta watch out.
Somebody just threw a grenade.
Diddly, diddly, diddly. They built a few of them UFO tanks. They were not that great.
No,
But
they
like
weren't.
anything else, you know, it was an idea.
And any idea is better than no idea.
All right. Just hide in that box, man. You'll be all right. We'll be okay. You know what you should do is you should call Eva and be like, I'm alive. I love you.
Disregard
call
the
her on that.
explosions. The sneaking mission is still on.
Call her on the shortwave radio to let her know that the stealth mission is still a go and that the fire and Awooga horn are completely unrelated to what's going on.
Now, if I recall, they will just deliver me where I need to go if I get in this truck and am in the right box.
Those trucks you see there are used
Yes!
to transport materials in and out of Groznygrad. I've seen them loading the trucks full of cardboard boxes and shipping them off all over the place. Groznygrad is a gigantic fortress, so they've got to be pretty busy. Some of the men have even complained to me that they've got too much work to do to check the contents of every single box that comes through.
Wow, that was heavy-handed.
You say there are attack dogs?
Yes, I've gassed them.
Attack dogs are great dancers.
Attack dogs are dogs that attack. They use their teeth for attacking, and they're dogs. Would you like to know more, Snake?
The mail must always be on time in magical Soviet B Stalingrad-ovsky Smonkworks.
That's true.
Don't worry, babe, that's just my morning workout.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if instead of Snake you had to play Zip Winchester?
Don't lie to me. I could tell by the look on your
There's no dialogue under 80 decibels.
No.
Everything is full volume.
think about trying to capture an attack dog.
And this whole thing isn't even about a super weapon. That's ancillary. It's because this guy stole a stamp.
Is Kojima trying to tell me to eat the dogs? Because they're good boys. It's not their fault they've been trained by the evil empire.
You're wasting my time, madam. Find some clothes. Mail fraud. I'll cut your head back to the fat meat. I ain't gonna take no lip. Yeah,
Oh, doggy woke up.
those 1940s, 50s ways of people talking, the transatlantic accents are fucking hilarious because everything is just big energy and stupid.
Yeah?
They're like, "Don't bust your buttons, Buster," and you're like, "What?"
But you were thinking of it. You were thinking of busting your buttons.
I know, and I also had well, we found out when we made the character there was an error and that my male guy had like Ritual of 54.
Yeah.
Like, just, I don't know what happened. I was like, what the fuck? And so we just rolled with it.
So
Because I
that-
said, yeah, go ahead.
That happened on several of the character sheets, yeah.
Well, I just decided I would roll with it because if I had to roll it, I had come up with the punchline that if I had rolled and you were like, how do you have a 54 in Ritual? I would have been like, I read the mail. Cthulhu ain't got shit on mail. I've seen worse. You would not believe what you see in a letter.
No, his name wasn't Max Crazy, it was Zip Winchester.
Zip Winchester, United States Postal Inspection Service. Or, if you want to remember them, the acronym is US PISS.
Yep.
They're interesting people. How do you tell what's mail crime?
It's all mail crime all the time.
That's what I mean, is you'd be like, I believe this man wrote a letter. I believe it was fraudulent, and I believe this is mail crime. And they're like, you can have it. We're this is not worth it.
39 more seconds.
Don't worry about it. Zip Winchester is an American hero.
He is. Is, was, shall forever be. I do hope that we get a chance to revisit those characters again.
We should just dump those characters into another scenario and just see what happens. I mean, I didn't get a chance to use the Grumman LLV. I didn't get a chance to be Mailman Supreme. I mean, we had an interesting group of people.
We
Zip
did, and that
Winchester,
was not
yeah.
your typical scenario, is, I think.
No, those are fine scenarios. All Delta Green scenarios are fine scenarios. I don't like typical anything. It's Delta Green. Nothing should be typical. If you have a weird scenario, I mean, I remember playing a Delta Green game that a guy pitched in 5 minutes. He says, a bunch of people go missing at a truck stop, yeah? And I said, okay. He had no campaign. That was just where he started.
Yeah.
And he wrote one step ahead of the players. And it worked.
Zip reads all the mail order stuff, mail order ninja manuals, death touch manual, occult manual.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's read everything. He's read everything that's gone through the mail to determine if it's fraudulent. And you don't have to be really good to be a DM like that. Just start writing or playing really small games. Go get a copy of Mork Borg or Cyborg. That game is the size of a pamphlet. Go read those rules. You could run 10, 15 games of that in a day. It is very simple and short. The characters are simple and short. Combat is simple and short.
Yes, that dog fell asleep on its own.
Yes. And that's the thing, is if you can learn to run little one-shots, then you can run longer shots. And if you can run longer shots, you can run a mini campaign, and then you can run a bigger campaign. Just pick up something simple that doesn't scare you and jump in.
It does not require very much for imagination, Deranged One.
It doesn't. Like, if you want to learn how to have a good game, sit down with all your players and ask what their favorite moments in tabletop are. Just sit down and listen to them, and don't talk to them, just listen to them. What are their favorite moments in tabletop? You will find everything you need right there to write a good campaign for your players.
Yep.
They'll tell you what they like.
Yeah, and if you're coming up with a campaign, talk to your players and say, hey, this is kind of the direction I wanted it to go. What are your thoughts? Because
that was, well, with the Mundanus, all I told you guys was no cops.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, and then we'll see what happens. But instead of it getting hard-boiled, you guys flipped it on me. You judoed my whole campaign and turned it into Police Squad. And I was like, you know what? Let's roll with it.
Uh-huh.
And I realized it was a much better campaign when it was funnier. Like, I was like, this is so much better. Let's do this now. So it's kind of like jazz. Everybody plays a part, and if somebody's got an interesting riff, roll with it.
Can I supplement with the TNT?
It's like, you barely got enough C3 as you is. Okay. Yeah, because the Russians don't have shells anywhere.
We're very good. Yes, I see the hangar bay ordered a new scientist. Better deliver this one ASAP. The last one started to stink.
Yeah. They shot the last one in the face. Something disagree.
Why would we set that up that way? I have command detonated TNT. Why wouldn't we just use more of that?
Yeah. Because
do you know what's better than a half pound of C3? A pound of TNT.
Well, and that's the thing, is if you had just a normal satchel charge, it's like 20 pounds. Or if you had the demolition kit, I think it's 8 1-pound TNT breaks plus the putty kit and the charge. Yeah, a few other things. But yeah, you've got all sorts of things that would be very common for demolition in this period. Or you could just, I don't know, like make a leak with a kerosene lamp and light it on fire, right?
Yeah, poke it with a fork and then let whatever happens happen. This shit blew up just from existing in the PepCon disaster.
Yeah, this is all very energetic stuff. Like, you could just throw a wrench at this thing and it would blow up. Also, watching that guy walk in slow motion looks like everyone I've ever seen at a bad job who's just trying to milk time. You know what I mean? Where they just do that slow, like, I'm dying walk.
Okay, so I guess scientists aren't supposed to be in here.
Why? I love how your guy just gets shot and just keeps making that noise.
Just turn the alarm back off.
Yeah, just turn it off.
All right.
We got a gunfight going on in the hangar bay. What's the sound going on over there in the hangar bay? We got this massive gunfight blasting, and you're like, oh, okay. Well, is the alarm on? No, the alarm isn't on. Oh, well, it must not be real then.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, seems like they fucked around. They're gonna find out. We got some more people for that river. Snake slowly traverses the barrel of the snub-nosed SMG towards you. He is rocked. He is locked into a grimace of excitement. Rounds belt out and tumble, and scar off the walls. Roll a D100 to see if Snake's bullet hose kills you.
If you rolled between 0 and 100, you're killed. Sounded like a grenade. Guess it wasn't.
Everyone's dead. Snake has killed you. You have lost Snake encounter. Will I be making any more Landlord videos? Maybe. Landlord Super is surprisingly zen as far as incompetence goes. I found a new way to make rooms have a splash of color.
Oh.
It's called carpeting the wall.
I think I accidentally hit a tank.
Mission accomplished.
Ultimate stealth, no witnesses. Yep.
Yeah, I'd say they'd have no idea what happened. They delivered a box and then the plant blew up.
Yep.
That's all they'd know. You know, I love that the level of stealth in these facilities, or the level of people in them, where you find that you can just walk right up to people and chloroform them, and they're pretty okay with it. Like, look at this guy. Help me. Yes, go for Dr. Chloroform. Uh-oh. Yeah, I remember when they were playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I was telling Tooch that, you know, stealth in games is various, but beans are eternal.
Yeah.
And that's where he
I got
started
greedy.
doing...
I was going to try and choke that guy out, but evidently I can't choke when I'm dressed as a scientist.
You can't choke as a scientist. It says do no harm on their hands.
It does. It's tattooed there.
Do I have a favorite fictional explosive? Yes. Weaponized chlorine trifluoride. There's no way in hell they will ever weaponize that. But in Space Station 13, weaponized chlorine trifluoride is a magical weapon. CFL3 is horrifying. It's like, hey, guess what? The water is on fire. Hey, guess what? Concrete is melting. Oh, don't spray it with water. That won't help. See, yeah, chlorine trifluoride will actually burn ashes, concrete, anything. It will turn anything into a flammable thing. It is bad. Oh, look at that guy walking out. Not today. You gotta punch his retirement. Oh yeah, it also explodes on contact with water. I mean, it's pretty much the universal no. It's fluorine, which, as you know, is really good for humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, fluorine.
The fluorination of the water.
It's bad stuff. It's chlorine trifluoride is just one of those nightmare chemicals where, like, even the Nazis were like, this is too much. This is unsafe.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, like, when it goes to that level, right? When, like, the Third Reich is like, that's too much. That's how you know that's a really bad chemical. It's one of those things that they couldn't mass manufacture or store because it was so dangerous.
So I've decided I'm just going to put the C3 on the tank and murder anybody that tries to stop me.
Reasonable. hydrogen fluoride. When your bones want to press F to pay respects. Correct. I don't think you can lay explosives when you're alerted. I love that you shot all around that poor man and just cut that guy into pieces.
Maybe I have to be disguised to put it on? Or yeah, not in whatever super murder mode this is.
Super murder mode. But as far as it goes with like, oh yeah, you gotta put on your, of course, uniform. You gotta look your best. But yeah, it's not when it comes down to like fictional explosives. I don't know. There was that Rocky and Bullwinkle one that was like the silent bomb.
Yes.
That was a good one.
These are the absolute worst guards. They absolutely are. Since I can't equip it when I'm dressed like that, we'll try the tuxedo. Maybe I gotta be in the tuxedo. Ah, I can equip it in the tuxedo.
Yeah, they could have melted the Maginot line. The problem is that CFL3 through a flamethrower actually causes the whole thing to kind of corrode. There's a lot of bad things that happen to it chemically. It doesn't react well with anything. It's best to leave it in the container. When you have a chemical that's best to leave it sleeping in the container, don't, yeah. Also, are the guards just shooting around the hydrazine tanks or whatever?
Yes.
All right.
What you get for noticing me.
I don't understand why you can't plant bombs, though.
Neither do I.
Is there something they want you to do prior to this?
Okay.
Dude, that guy is really good at Kung Fu, alright? He knows Kung Fu. Now, that's why you get all those dick shots when you go see the Ghost Realm. That's why you get that. You can't act like you don't know how you get that. You're like, I don't know why I have all these dick shots. And there you, like, fire hose the guy across the room with a machine gun in the cock. With a fucking machine gun. You can't say that, like, I don't know how I got the dick shots, Tex. That seems really strange. And then I want you put the ghost ring sight over the groinal region and pull the trigger until the person falls down. And then you readjust to put that over the groinal region again and pull the trigger and move them across the room with a hail of bullets. That's how you get all those dick shots in the Ghost Realm, Deb.
Yeah, maybe so.
I mean, I guess that is center mass, but technically center mass. So I refined my idea about the explosive bike I had.
Yeah.
That we were talking about in Call to Arms, you know.
Uh-huh.
So the working name is the Tannerite 10-speed.
Okay.
And the idea is the hollow tubes of the bike are filled with tannerite. And as you're riding around on the bike, if you see a tank, you can throw it onto the tracks.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
You just blow the tracks off. Like, you're like, oh, I just have a bicycle. And then, you know, the bad guys come down the road, and you're like, not so fast. It's a tannerite 10-speed. And you throw it into the tracks. The problem is, I think that would make bike stores kind of dangerous.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that eventually they...
You think eventually you think that eventually you would have people laying around looking, you know, just littering the floor, as they will,
there we
because
go. I
All
may
right,
now
so-
plant my C3 in peace.
Oh, good. So now that they're looking on the terminal and they see like 40 or 50 bodies.
Yeah. The guy in a
just
tuxedo
looking
running
through.
around.
Yeah, they see you running around through the window and they see like 40 or 50 bodies just traipsed over everything. They're probably like, "Oh. All right. Well, let's not send anyone else."
Let's let him do whatever in there he needs to do. He's clearly
He's-
very, very enthusiastic about it.
He seems to know what he's doing. He seems to be a guy who's just out there, doing his best.
I managed to do that without actually setting any of it off.
Snake, I finished planting the bomb on the rail bridge. If we get rid of the bridge, the enemy.
Oh, cool. She planted one bomb.
Yep, a single bomb on a like temporary bridge span.
I just finished planting the second.
Thank you, Eva.
Give me a little more time.
Thank you so much.
I somehow have every 5.56 currently in existence in 1964 in this gun.
I don't know. I think a good percentage of those rounds are probably slowly making their way to Southeast Asia around this time.
Yeah.
In an
30 to 40.
advisory capacity.
30 to 40 bodies with crotches turned to hamburger with bullets. Uh-huh, and?
Bang, bang.
He shot me down.
Bang, bang.
That awful sound.
Bang, bang.
Alright, where's my next...
Okay, so Thorax, who does wonderful, wonderful little shit posts,
Yeah.
said, Tex, you should play Mutants and Masterminds game or whatever system as the Great Value Brand Cobra unit. That sounds
what-
about... Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
well, Deputy was talking about that, running a game in this universe as a one-shot and just having it be absolutely ridiculous, making up your own... I think Deputy just wants to make his own bizarre Kojima bad guys that are inexplicable for no reason.
You
so
know
we
what
rage.
system might actually fit really well is Godlike. Because that's the one where everybody's got superpowers, and you just dial the superpowers back a little bit.
All right, no, that's reasonable. And Jack, yeah, I'm about 40%
Did I get
better,
that one? No.
slowly. Delta Airlines can suck it. But when it comes down to like a Kojima game, I think that people will get a taste in the Traveler game of what you do to make us all very upset. Because some of the shit you've done with that cult, that I almost lost it in character at that. Like that fucking cult on that planet. I wanted to punch a fist through all of them.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I hated them so much. They were just awful.
They
in
were the
every
most
way.
mundane I could make them, while still
That
being
was-
very weird.
That was the thing, is it's a cult that everyone thinks would be evil, and then you find out it's not. It's just incredibly mundane and stupid. Snake, don't do that. Snake, don't do that.
You have depth
Snake.
perception issues. Please don't do this.
Snake. Snake, no. It's not good for the crystals in it. Snake. Snake, please. Snake.
Got you this time.
Yeah, that's worth it. Bang!
So there's a blooper reel with this game, and one of the bloopers is he smacks it in, and it dumps the timer to 0 seconds.
Oh, that's good.
Major, I finished planting the C3. I'm on my way out now.
You think?
Is Eva taking
I need to get on the radio now that I've finished arming a bunch of explosives. I need to
Yes.
transmit with a radio next to them. Hello, is this working? Heaven? I'll be there in a moment. I mean, they tell you to take off your watch when you get near explosives.
She was at the bridge. How did she get here?
Well, damsels in distress travel very quickly. Also, I think Ocelot has a motorcycle.
Yeah, here comes Silver Dommy Mommy to ruin my fun again.
Here comes the DMPC.
I wish it weren't true.
It's the DMPC. And then she moves out of the way, and then she takes your weapon away from you effortlessly.
Yep.
Do I roll anything?
Nope.
No. Your weapons are gone. She punches you effortlessly in the face.
My favorite.
She gets in your in your face and then throws you around effortlessly.
Take 4 damage. Do I have any way to influence this? No.
The cowboy shows up and points his gun in your face and tells you to do things or he'll shoot you with his cowboy gun.
I'll break your hands. I protest this new moniker. That's what she is. She's the best. She's the best written female character in any Kojima game I've played so far. And that's only because her only character arc is this weird mommy fixation thing for Snake rather than being a love interest for him. I'm sorry that you guys don't like Silver Dommy Mommy.
My underground vault. When she was captured, look what we found on her.
We
no.
found a bunch of
Legacy.
microfiche.
I've got some of that at the local library. Whatever will we do?
Information regarding the legacy. You might say that this film itself is the philosopher's legacy.
Why are you telling me?
It was the smell that gave her away.
The DMs. This is
Because
like
Ocelot
a DMPC.
needed another character trait to make him creepier.
Yeah, so he's like, I smell women, and I know when they are evil. I am a DMPC.
Yeah.
I know when girls are bad by smell.
And notice,
Wow.
the thing that gave it away was the gasoline smell, not the fact that she's wearing American Jungle boots with her Soviet uniform.
Again, it sounds like a Kojima character. I have a guy who can tell when girls are mean by smells, and I'm like, all right.
Wait, why aren't they
Okay.
disarming the obvious explosives? That's an excellent question.
Because the reason they're not disarming the obvious explosives is because
What gave her away is the
Electro Man.
smell of festering eyeball on her breath.
uh
Isn't that right?
I'm just saying it's funny that this guy, when he goes around and disarms things, he does it with electricity. So I would love to see him disarm that explosive and just be like, he picks it up and uses a jolt of electricity and it just blows the whole base up.
So if he used electricity on a Makarov cartridge hidden inside a lipstick tube, wouldn't that have like set it off when it was pointed at him?
I've had enough.
Probably.
Potentially.
But I'm just gonna say this, like, I'm not favoring an electronic ignition of a Makarov unless it heated the cartridge.
Well, yeah, but there's like no metal there. It would have heated very quickly, right?
Potentially, but
Like the KGB to send something
maybe.
so beautiful, yet so deadly. What is the philosopher's legacy?
And the way to get into the auxiliary, there, yeah, see,
Explain it before I
simple.
kill you.
There we go. The ox.
The auxiliary, the Greater Black Pants Legion auxiliary.
Why is it so choppy? Because of this emulator.
Yes, you're here for our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful conversation.
Yeah.
If you're here for like 4K high def, no.
This is the HD collection. But all that means is they upscaled the.
The most powerful men in America, China, and the Soviet Union had a secret pact.
They decided that Tasty Freeze would take over Cincinnati.
A new world order. To secure victory in the war, the three countries countries pool their resources to conduct the most covert types of operations and research.
The most covert types of operation. This sounds like again an 8-year-old. I'm a spy scientist. A scientist.
An enormous sum of money to fund these projects.
I'm a rich scientist. I control the world.
If they had enough money to fight the war 5 times over, why did it take so long to win the fucking war?
Because I'm a scientist of the most covert armed operations in history.
This explains why the United States and the Soviet Union were able to steal away the best scientific minds in Germany as soon as the war ended.
Oh, I forgot that they tied paperclip into this.
Far surpassed its pathetic rivals.
No, it
We
didn't.
possess enormous wealth, the most advanced technology, and overwhelming power, assets fitting of our great country.
I love how he doesn't say the country.
Was one of the men in charge
It's
of
just like they
managing
hadn't
the
decided in the script. They were like, the country that I serve, which is country. And I'm like, all right.
plots to ensure that the
I
Soviet
mean, it's
Union
the
would
past.
have
You can name it.
control
It's
over
not a
the
big
Pacific.
deal. See, there you
Money
go.
was divided up
I like how his father looked like Lurch in a Soviet uniform. That's really fitting.
Switzerland,
I like how they presume someone who came up through the Stalinist era system was that big.
Or lived long enough to pull something like this off.
After my father's death, I learned
He's M. Bison from Street Fighter.
I obtained the microfilm. Now I built a really stupid rocket sled that will bankrupt the Soviet Union. I'm Electric Man. My girlfriend beats you up, and I have a cowboy. I have enough nukes to threaten, Monaco.
My position in Gru made it too troublesome to attack
Monaco will fall. I will destroy the Principality of Monaco.
Still existed. I used it to contact the boss.
I used Visio IQ to make this chart, but it's too big.
The boss was conniving enough
They said my PowerPoint was really off. Oh God. How is a personal photo in this now?
between the philosophers has torn it in two.
Have you noticed he talks like he's reading a narration
Yes.
for a book?
Make the world whole again.
Yep, I have.
To do
My
this,
country, Johnny Any Country, was very much a real country that existed and is very specifically specific to the purpose of this script.
card was to be the shaggy
Yeah, do you want to defect? Okay.
I just love how they're like, we need an elite group of people. What do you got? And they're like, B-man, check. Shit spaceman, check. Old grandpa, check. Sneaky creepy guy that uses a crossbow, check. Sad dude who talks to ghosts. Yep. What else we got? What about a lady who gave
What's-
birth on D-Day? Yep, that sounds like a leader.
the cobras. But I
It's
still have the
just a
shadow
bunch
on
of
and
8-year-old ideas for a hero.
There is nothing
And now it's a
American can
DMPC
stop us.
moment where the guys all take turns lecturing you, and the lady beats you up and takes your gun away, and the cowboy will shoot you if you do anything. Now you have to listen to all of this dialogue, and are you taking notes? Why aren't you taking notes? I wrote
There
this
will be
whole
a test
campaign.
over this.
I wrote this whole campaign, guys. It's serious. This is my spy campaign that I wrote.
Yeah, they're the fucked up G.I. Joes, 100%.
He wouldn't have come waltzing back in here unless he had a reason. The C3's been stolen.
Why did you guys have
Must be part of
C3?
Some sort of sabotage.
Like, what purpose does that serve? You have better explosives than that.
And
I'll dispose
like
of her. as
more
well.
numerous, far more numerous. Also, isn't this an R&D lab? Shouldn't you have a lot of like explosive whatever the fuck you wanted,
Leave
right?
everything to me.
Yeah. Shouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not crazy on that, am I?
No? No, I think you're barking up the right tree.
Well, I don't know what tree Kojima was barking up, but I don't like it.
Meanwhile, all the bombs are going beep in the background? Yeah.
Well, don't worry about them. Bombs do that. They don't.
Kojima says C3 over Semtex every day. No, the problem is he used Semtex in the last game, and he doesn't want you to think he's unoriginal.
Yeah, he needs something more exotic and interesting, though he actually went with something far more mundane in this case. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's time for that again.
Yeah.
He starts flipping his pistols. That's how you know he's serious.
No more judo and no more field strips.
But that's like all I know how to do.
Mom said no more tag, and I have to run first for 5 feet.
Okay, so what was the purpose of all that? I also like he makes like fucking bondage suit noises whenever he moves, and they put it in.
What if he did all the flippy flip, right? And then as he was doing that, you just kicked him as hard as you could in the balls.
You know those
Like,
gloves are full of sweat.
Of course they are. He's a weird guy. He probably makes people drink it.
Why does he have arm gloves? Don't worry about it. They're opera length too. They go all the way up.
He needs opera length gloves because he's a fancy girl. He's very fancy.
Oh, yes, everybody loves the conical 7.62 by 54R.
Conical bullets are very, very interesting.
Oh, we've only got 7 minutes left. So I wonder...
Conical bullet.
So the ghost shows me the time, but do the other people see like their teleprompter cues when the ghost is floating behind me?
Like, does the ghost carry craft services to people? Does the ghost walk over and give them coffee and shit?
What is the purpose of this? What does this lift do? Is to change the oil on the Shagohod?
Yeah. It's the this is the drip pan. Yeah, they're like, oh, those screws go through a lot of oil.
Like, you know, it's like an aircraft carrier lift, but that goes down to the hangar deck so you can store airplanes. There's nothing down here. Also, those, there was a lot of synthetic material in Soviet wool by this period. That should have melted to his skin.
It's alright.
Hey,
He's fine.
He's Ben, too. God damn it.
Yeah. He's Electro Man. He's part of a Soviet experiment to build a better light bulb. It kind of succeeded.
Yeah, fuck it, give him his guns back. What?
And then the knife goes right through his hand. It just goes right through his hand and hangs there, and Snake screams, and Ocelot runs away like a scared child. I love this.
I just put that in my tuxedo jacket pocket.
Son of the boss.
Uh-huh.
And then it starts playing Who's the Boss, the theme, as you beat the shit out of this guy to WWF music.
Those MG belts really should be cooking off. It's funny you should say that.
So here we are with a fight, and we need to kill this man.
Yeah.
It is a boss fight.
It is a boss fight. I think that's the one that... All of these camos have special things that they do.
Do they?
They do. I think there's one of them that reduces your electricity damage, but I don't give a shit at this point.
I think that all you really need to do to reduce your electricity damage is to shoot him in the face.
I'm going to shoot him in the face a lot.
Lie down, he won't see you, smiley face. What was that walk?
Oh, I'm wearing his dead boyfriend's face.
Ah, I see. I love this. Kojima, man. Give it up. Oh, he shot you a lot.
Yeah. With my own bullets.
That's right. Just empty 500 belts into him. I
Yeah.
took his face off.
This
Thank
is
you,
a
Thorax.
much harder boss battle without the Patriot, and especially in slow motion because the timer goes at normal speed. It does not. It is not tied to FPS. Same with the boss battle at the end. I did shoot him in the crotch a lot. You know, I don't know. It's subconscious, maybe.
Dick
We are both just
shooter.
keyholing bullets at each other.
Do you hear me? I said shoot him!
Sorry, Colonel. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What do you mean you can't?
I made a promise to the boss.
And there's his weird hand signal again.
Well, I mean, maybe it's a tick. Like, we shouldn't be
Yeah.
judging. Like, maybe he's got, like, a tick, you know?
Oh, he shot the electricity out of the air. How nice.
That sounds like, again, DMPC. Like, he can lightning the electricity.
Are you questioning my authority?
Yeah, I think that's questioning someone's authority if you shoot him.
If you shoot at them, yes.
I would say that's definitely, like, insubordination.
At the very least, conduct unbecoming.
Fight like a man, Volgin.
Volgin?
Emergency. Explosives have been detected. All
Dude, who the
Oh,
fuck
cool.
was paying attention?
No, that's their automatic explosive alarm. It's just not very good. It's like the Awuga alarm. It took this long to get running.
have been detected. All
See?
DoD personnel must evacuate immediately.
Move it!
Yeah, maybe Ocelot is Italian. Maybe he talks with his hands a lot. You know? He's like, prego.
Oh no, he's just spilling his ragu all over the carpet.
Ready for some more snake?
No, I've had enough snake.
I've eaten a lot of snake. Snake bad.
Snake band. Alright, well, now that you've put his dead boyfriend's face to use, I guess shoot him some more. Yep, there we go. Just a little bit of that old machine gun. He seems like an interesting guy.
This really is a pretty challenging boss battle without the Patriot.
I know. But this is what he deserves. Alright, so what we're gonna do is you're just gonna have to kill him. I'm sorry, that's all I got. Have you tried the chloroform?
I have tried chloroforming him just to see if I could non-lethal him.
Does it work?
No.
Oh, look at him. He's doing his power pose. He's got to do his power pose to gain his
Yeah.
yoga strength for the day.
He does. We picked up that glow cap again. We'll just throw that at him because that does steal his energy. There we go. We got the fake death pill. We need to cure some bullet wounds. Suture, bandage, scar, disinfect, splint, styptic. That's fine. Those will heal right up.
All right. Yeah, there you go. He doesn't like that.
No.
I don't know why. I guess he just... That's great. That's great.
This only works once.
All right, here we go. The tooth.
He's dead already.
The tooth. There you go. The tooth. The tooth Duclito. Someone falls over in a hugely over-the-top death, and then you're like, oh, are they dead? And then they get back up repeating the same motions, and you stand there, and then they pull out a gun and kill you.
Yep. While
That is the
the
equivalent.
boss battle music runs backwards as they get up using the same motions.
The tooth Duclito. The tooth.
Snake put a few dozen more rounds into his spine to be sure. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey,
Oh no, I'm exhausted from that fight. Can't you tell?
Oh, how warped is the barrel after all those bullets? Well, those sparks coming out the end were probably the rifling, so I'm willing to bet that you could probably take a marble, open the end of this up, and drop the marble unimpeded down the barrel, and it would roll without spinning.
Yep. All these people have been being told to evacuate for like 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, the game is slow. You could have sabotaged this facility using a far better way. Would you like to hear the Cargonian way of sabotaging this facility?
Yeah.
Step 1, get all of the butter. Butter the floor outside of every exit. Step 2, pull fire alarm.
This just
Step
in, an
3.
entire Soviet division has gone missing in the Granini Gorkad base.
They all fell down the stairs at once.
One after another.
All of them fell down the stairs. You just butter the floor. They all fall down the stairs and break their fucking legs. And then you have your pick of uniforms and weapons.
Oh hey, she put the sidecar on.
That's not easy.
No, that's not like a you can do it in a minute kind of operation.
No, it's one of those things where you think you can, and they give you the tools, and then you're like, oh, it's
Yeah.
literally joining a drive shaft.
Yeah, it's a drive shaft and like 5 bolts, and the hard part is not the bolts. They did
Hello,
model the full
everyone.
drive shaft.
Which is nice.
Bork,
And
bork,
hello,
bork, bork,
everyone.
bork. Yeah, howdy.
Bork. If you want to join the Ox, there's a link there. And the Ox is the Greater Black Pants Legion Auxiliary, which is kind of this giant, strange yoke of good, crazy people.
So
who
remember,
follow us around.
the entire time he's doing this, he's wearing like the Mike Myers Shatner mask before it got painted, because that was mask technology in the 60s.
Yes, it was. Yeah, he's doing the face-off thing, but very badly.
Gotta get them jiggle physics in. It's a Kojima game.
Again, madam, please put them away. We
You-
are escaping.
Could you imagine how painful that would be to ride a motorcycle with the front open like that?
Yeah, like, I don't think Kojima's ever been on a motorcycle, because you would belt everything up. You wouldn't tell if someone had a shape, because the road comes at you at 100 miles an hour and flies in your face.
Yeah, sand and gravel and bugs. Like, nothing quite like dead hornets in my cleavage to really set the mood.
Yeah.
Nobody better
it's-
clip that.
She asked me to tell you something.
You know, it would be better writing if she said that. Like, just making fun of it, I would be like, self-aware. I would be like, that's great. That's great.
No, the goggles fix everything. Yeah, exactly.
I said it.
I just don't understand how Kojima thinks that people would have time to talk like this after playing with explosives and fighting a lightning man. Because I think if I was fighting a lightning man, I wouldn't sit there and go like, wow, there's a lot to really think about in this life. I'd be
Why
like,
is
"Dude,
it coming out of the roof? Did he climb it up the interior wall?
he couldn't find the exit.
That's the strangest thing. A shit ton of rocket fuel going off underneath it, and it's not even scorched.
He seems like a fun guy.
Yeah. Crawling forward on the screw treads that, locomote. Alright, this section gets very cutscene-y. As in slideshowy, as in we hit single-digit frames per second.
Don't worry, we're
'cause-
about to have some bad times.
Yeah, this
is
was
a
the
bad emulator.
test footage that we were testing this on to try and improve it, because it's the most graphically laborious point of the game.
This is them burning a PlayStation for your entertainment.
I think we may beat this time though.
All right, here we go. Oh yeah, it's real slow-mo. Okay, let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy this.
Yeah, hold on. I just gotta make
that
some
is
adjustments to my loadout.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, this gets so good in slow-mo because of this emulator. You will be dying laughing because you will just realize playing this game at full speed, there are a lot of sins that are covered up.
Yeah.
Yes, it gets good. It gets real good.
Don't need to cure anything. Yeah, there we go. That's a nice dignified face. Look at that Captain Morgan pose. Oh, hell yeah.
All right, there we go. Now we've got the full thing. We've got the kabuki, makeup. You've got the arrow in the head. Yeah.
I think they want us to try and, shoot at it here, but...
Oh, Thorax says, take your shirt off.
Oh, take my shirt off? Yes, of course.
End of movie. Come on.
Yep.
It's an action movie.
We gotta
point.
Kirk this.
Yeah, we gotta Kirk this shit. All right, there we go.
And just to remind people of
Yeah.
all of the shotgun pellets and bullets and arrows. Snake's taking a real pounding. He's taking one for the team. That one goes into his spine, through his liver. And of course, this one, which transits the orbital lobe as well as at least part of the brain cord.
I think that every time that you hit a bump, Snake's gonna start hearing music. Is it just me, or has that shifted position throughout the game?
Oh no, it shifts position. It is reacting to the physics of whatever I'm doing. So when I'm going up and down stairs, it jiggles. And physics are replicated when I'm riding the motorcycle, so it is going to bounce around as we accelerate in this motorcycle.
I love how I had to think a second, is it the next part? Yes.
Yes. Yes, it is. See? There we go.
I love how that has to drive up like all scary, and it's supposed to be like, now you move at this part. And Snake is just sitting there motionless, like he's had horrible, horrible trauma.
Yeah, whoa, indeed. Man, this is so exciting. I'm so glad we're doing this. Can I kick the frames up by looking down?
Maybe.
Yes, I can.
Oh, fuck yeah, we can speed the game up by looking straight down. We can act like it's a really bad racing game. Alright, so here we go. We have a really bad racing game now. This seems like some horrible top-down control game. It could be a phone game. That's what it looks like.
I swear to God, I'm not aiming for dicks. It just happens.
Just dick shot fever. All you were doing is shooting dicks.
I know it.
Lie dick flat, deputy.
He just looks so casually disinterested in what's going on.
What happened to escaping? I guess killing everyone who could see you is a form of escaping. I suppose that's an escape.
Yeah.
It's a way to cover up the operation, sure.
There we go. There's a good captain pose. Oh yeah. I don't know what we're waiting on. That's the only thing behind me is corpses. Am I supposed to be looking somewhere else? No. Okay, just had to wait to catch up.
No, I had to think. It was Snake just having a moment. He had to sit there with his Captain Morgan.
Well, Vulcan was playing with electrical cables. Deb was studying the dick shot. Like, they clearly want me to be shooting at Shagohod at this point, right?
I guess.
It doesn't do anything. I can't actually damage Shagohod. That all happens in cutscene.
At this speed of the game.
Also, I think they modeled this on one of the Chinese clones, because that's not the Ural style marker light on this fender.
Huh.
Right? Oh
It's been a
no,
while since
they're
I've seen
breaking
one.
the oval tanks. Ooh, oh god, no.
Oh,
It might fall on us. Oh, it didn't. Ooh, yeah.
It feels like, at this speed, it feels like a really bad theme park ride.
It does!
Like you're just sitting
Mountain.
there. Yeah. Shagohod Attack.
Yes.
A Kojima Park experience.
Oh, it's gonna hit the BTR. Oh,
They have some like generic lady sit next to you with a motorcycle, and she's like, "Shoot the gun," and it's like a light gun. And it just goes around it. Yeah.
We've got enough time. We could have just like gotten in that little, entrance, the ladder entrance that I came up. Like Shagohod can't follow us into the sewers.
No, he could. He'd find a way.
You think so? You think he'd dig through mole people that shit?
Yeah, you'd be going down the sewers and be talking about like your favorite scary movie or whatever Kojima thinks is normal conversation after surviving some bullshit like this. And then it comes driving down the road, just unbothered. And you have to fight it for the 8th time because you can't have one ending to a movie. You need to have 80 endings to a movie. My favorite part of Lord of the Rings is the 8 endings at the end. That's my favorite part. That's why everyone talks about how good it is. The ending with 8 endings. 45 minutes of goodbye is a lot.
It's the ending version of the Midwestern goodbye.
Yes. I once saw someone say goodbye for 2 hours.
I killed all those people.
Well, yeah, but see, the DMPC had to bring more of them back so he could kill them.
Yep.
The RPG can't put a dent in that armor.
Let's head for the rail bridge.
Ew. Bionic Babe says the last time they went to a wedding, they had 8 speeches.
Oh God.
I went to a wedding in Wisconsin. There was one speech. It was like 45 seconds, and then nobody bothered beyond that. It was just like, and the wedding's good. And I was like, that is nice. That was
Yeah, fucking
very,
A.
very nice. Like, everyone was like, we
That's
all
an
support
NFA,
this.
sir. You're not allowed to have that.
Is that what you would say as a cop? You just get on the...
I'd yell
get
that
on the
to him.
louds- You're not allowed... Hey, take that off. Otherwise, that's the intention to assemble. You're no. 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 No.
Everybody knows how easy it is to jump a bike over a roadblock with no ramp.
You know what else is really easy? Is just to stand a Ural up on its
Yeah,
end
yeah.
and just... Yeah, because they do that all the time. They're
So-
famous racing bikes.
They're using this close-up shot to make it seem really exciting, but this is happening at like 40 miles an hour because the Ural can't go much faster than that.
You know, I love how they're pointing guns at each other when you could just like, you know, like put anything in those spokes. Anything.
I love that Snake has just given up. He's just sitting in the sidecar, passively letting this happen.
I mean, he's got an RPG in there. Why is this happening?
He's got so many guns. He's got a pile of guns in the footwell, and he's like, "No, it's okay. Eva's got this with her 45 caliber Mauser."
Yeah, 40 miles an hour is fast during the Cold War.
Snake accepted his death days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. This is just...
Oh God, I forgot about that. Oh no, Drats, they escaped. They're 4 feet away.
I can never get there again.
Ugh.
Tactical espionage action.
Yeah, this is anime. This game is anime. It's just anime that you interact more with in a slightly different way. Nobody escapes the dick shot.
Nobody escapes. Let's just say that. Why don't we steal that forklift? It might be faster. And you can flip the Shagohod with it.
You could.
You could take that forklift right there and flip the Shagohod over, and it would just be the Voight Kampf test question until the end of time. Turtle on the back. You lose. It's like, we invented the Shagohod. What if it rolls over? Did you build another one to move it? Where's the Shagohod extrication vehicle? Where's the Shagohod recovery vehicle? Are you just gonna get 18 Hinds to carry it?
Well, they
Are
managed
you
to do that with like 5 Hinds last time.
Oh, I'm sorry. 5 Hinds to carry the Shagohod.
And not just 5 Hinds. 5 Hinds that just, through the strength of their rotors, I guess, held those lines taut.
I love what Jack said. I like how nobody tries to use cover. And I'm like, I know. In a base full of firing positions, they're like, you know what we need to do? In the open.
In the open.
I mean, I'm not trying to say that education was limited in the Soviet Union, but I think they learned that what guns are and to, like, not walk toward them, hunched over, like a roadie run. Like they're bringing someone a mic stand in the middle of a set. They're running over, hunched over like a roadie run toward machine gun fire. I think the first thing they teach you in training with rifles is if someone is shooting at you, lay down. It makes it very hard to shoot back.
She's not very good at driving away. Like, straight line. That's all I need.
Not good at straight lines.
You know, it's so much easier to shoot these people when they're all behind me. Oh, we've hit the cutscene. We're on the runway now.
Now time for the runway cutscene. Don't worry. He wanted to show all the things he made again.
Yeah.
Hideo Kojima cutscenes are a lot like drinking A1 steak sauce. You might be thinking, you know what you're doing. You might be thinking, this is good. But a little bit into your decision, you will realize you have made an error. And that this is in fact a poor decision. Thus begins the suffering. Welcome to Kojima.
Yeah, it's like every kid had that moment where they ate cocoa powder and were like, yeah, it's powdered chocolate. It's not powdered chocolate. And this is exactly like that. Like, yes, I know what I'm getting into. And then it's, no, I don't. But I can still manage this. And then it's just, no.
I would love to have some fun options for this game. Like, I would really love to have some neat and fun options for this game. But I realize that any of those as exercised would compromise what passes for an artistic, you know, decision as we're watching. Why is he shooting all his own boys?
Because they're in his way and he's evil. Even Snake grimaced at that one, like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, he's a DMPC. I quashed a hind, it's in my way.
They're both half naked because it was suggested that I make Snake as naked as I could. Eva just dresses like that. That's just how she is. The DMPC is insane. Yeah, you have a helicopter gunship with unguided rockets versus a Ural motorcycle, and you drop troops off instead.
Yep, it sounds like War Game Red Dragon.
Yes, the helicopter swarm is somebody tries and then realizes that helicopters in that game are shit.
Helicopters in that shit game can be great. Comma are mostly shit. There's a few groups that actually do really good helicopters.
Yeah, there are.
It's not who you think it is, though.
No, it's not the Spetsnaz.
All right, there we go. And blap.
Man, this infinitely reloading RPG-7 is really nice.
You know, those PG-7 rockets are nice. Actually, wait. No, I don't think it would be the PG-7V yet, because that would be the 70s, I think.
Yeah.
Rocket.
Alright, you know what?
I just imagine this all in slow motion. I would love if the music was in slow motion. I would just love the... As we all know, when you gotta shoot someone off bike, same for the dick.
Yeah, 100%. Alright, let's look at the ground and speed this up until more motorcycles show up.
Oh no, rolled over.
I do appreciate that they just kind of fall off and stop moving while the bike continues. There's no subtlety to it, it just happens. It's like I could feel him. Oh man, you see the pop in on that one?
Oh, shoot them all down. What happened to Metal Gear's miniguns? They got downgraded.
Oh hey, yeah, there's those weird boat planes. Yay, boat planes.
Yeah, you know, because they built oceans of them.
Yeah, they built shit tons of them, and they are on a mountain desert airstrip in the open where they can be photographed by satellites.
And they're very useful over the desert mountain airstrip.
Yeah, supremely.
Wide. I love how they're all just kind of hanging out, you know, just slow driving with you. I mean, how many motorcycles does this base have, is the question. You know?
A shit ton.
I think so. I mean, it's plenty of motorcycles.
Now I want to see if I shoot the sidecar guy out of this one. Do we get a friend who just like rides along with us?
That's a good question.
Or does he like pull out a pistol and try to do something? Oh yeah, he's got a pistol out. I don't know. Maybe we could be friends.
He's just hanging out. Oh,
there we go.
What
yeah.
was that?
Single Makarov shot.
Yeah, I mean, was that a pullover? What was that? It was just
The
like,
motorbike brigade shall give their lives for Groznygrad.
just that one little poo at the end. Like, that's it.
Liquid. Volgan's a bike enthusiast. All these are for base use. One of those just happens to be on the runway, taxiing. I wonder what's gonna happen to it.
Volgan, don't turn around. He too strong. He smash. It's a DMPC. It's skeleton
that's how
tank.
that would work. Pull over. This is a Spetsnaz.
Pull over. Van Zant Free State Militia wants you to know that motorcycle crime will be enforced by Shago High. What?
Oh, yeah. This is
I want to see a version of this where he does that and it just takes off. Like it goes past them at 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, they turn slightly left. He can't change his trajectory.
Now, for people who are wondering why this has rocket boosters on it, this was Kojima's plot to boost the range of a short-range ballistic missile.
Yeah, this was supposed to be the first.
On a spaceship and get it the fuck out.
That takes time.
I really don't think it does. You go like zoop, zoop, and then you've got like two grappling lines in the old Robo Dick box, and then it's just crotch first into the sky. I don't care if it's sleeping. If you grab it,
you really want to explain
nuts,
to the 10,000-year-old avatar of death why suddenly it has Jado strapped to its dongus?
I feel like someone has to. That's what the arm toilet paper is for.
Hey kids, do you like breakfast?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna love self-heating maple bacon breakfast logs from Randy Checkers.
Cool.
That's right, kids. Just crack my log like a glow stick and watch the magic happen. Delicious breakfast perfectly heated in less than 30 seconds. Move over, Jimmy Dean. There's a new sausage sheriff in town, and his name, Randy Checkers.
Warning. Randy Checkers maple bacon breakfast logs contain substances known to cause cancer in the state of California and is part of a balanced breakfast.
Randy Checkers maple bacon breakfast logs! Hell yeah!
Where's the other half? Oh shit!
Whoa.
He's gone.
I must go. My people need me.
G17 to Delta. Come in, Delta. G17 to Delta. The Order of the Imperial Oath reports a subject levitating and speaking in tongues in their lobby. Delta, please respond. Delta, do you copy?
Hey, it's Quinn here. Sorry, Delta responding to G17. You said a man is levitating and speaking in tongues in the lobby. Let me just. Oh yeah, I'm feeling that. Yeah. Oh god, that's really annoying. We're on our way.
Yep, that's correct. That's what they do.
God, he even runs like a fucking stripper.
How many strippers have you seen run, Deputy?
Oh, they're fast in heels, man. You gotta be careful.
Welcome to my theme park. Welcome to the park.
Oh God, why? Type of shitpost based Valhalla. An absurdist comedy club where all great shitposters exist. Where nothing is serious, where irony is the only language we speak. We go out into the world and we come back with new and greater extremities to dragging them in like a fresh kill so that we show them to other shitposters. And at the end of each day, the material is wiped clean and anew. The world is remade in new and more absurd ways, and the only way we can cope with it is through greater acts of shitposting, and this shall be our eternity. There might even be a feast of beans, terrible mac and cheese, pizza abominations, fucking carbonated sodas made of spaghetti. You have no idea. This could be ours. This could be our fate, and you are but one step from realizing this opportunity for yourself. I'm so proud.
Flipping off the helmet. Yeah, fuck you, asshole. Fuck you guys.
Just start shooting.
Losers.
Absolute fucking losers. We should probably get
really
some
gotta,
altitude. Yeah.
You really gotta let them know, you know. You gotta hang on. Yep. There it is.
Nope,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Did you disengage the autopilot?
No, I opened the window.
So, we had our normal break.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
The OBS shits the bed. I love how everyone's just gotten used to it.
We could set a clock by that.
Now I love the idea that okay, should I tell them when I have something planned for tomorrow? Because I've got something I've been working on.
Sure.
I've designed a theme park that's possibly one of the biggest, dumbest ones I've built that we could run like 8-player multiplayer.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like we could get like I could try to get the production team at Tex Talks Battletech to get on it too. Like Mike and Gypsy both play. So like yeah, it's interesting when your editing team decides to start building a theme park. It's bad.
All right.
I think Gypsy just kept stamping the word obey on everything every so often.
Like he does.
So, yeah, so you'd get off your 4-hour go-kart ride, and then there would just be a giant obey.
That's very They Live.
Yeah.
Aw, I wanted to keep him alive so that he was my friend, but I think he's gonna get shago-hotted. Yep. There he goes. Man, I would expect that screw to do more to the notably well-constructed Ural motorcycle.
You know, now it's weird that somebody says that my YouTube content is marked for kids, because it sure as fuck isn't.
No. God, you were marked
No.
as for children?
That would be just the latest in a line of YouTube fun. They'll be like, yeah, this is a child's video. And I'm like, no, it's not. And they're like, yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, I remember this part.
It does everything bad. I mean, believe me, it's YouTube.
Here come
Everyone's
the
getting the bad
missiles.
shit now. Don't worry about the missiles. It's a missile launching tank with screw arms. I'm sure it's a very competent weapon system.
We'll just keep looking at the ground and hopefully this gets over faster.
What are you guys talking about an updated Dwarf Fortress when they release it in December? I play Dwarf Fortress. I've played Dwarf Fortress a long time. I'm not good at it, but I play Dwarf Fortress. Updated or not, I'll be playing Dwarf Fortress. The Steam version is just gonna have a UI and like a few minor things. I don't care if it's big or not. I play Dwarf Fortress. I kinda like it the way it is. I mean, I at first thought it needed a UI and mouse and everything else. I don't think it does. I think you can learn a way around. Learn the game. Oh, 6 frigates is fun. If you're looking for other ones, Fall of the Ottomans is a fantastic raid.
Yes. Excellent. Yeah, no. 6 Frigates is a fantastic book. Naval Miscellany is a good one that makes a stocking stuffer if you're looking for something to add to the shelf.
Heresies of Naval Power.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta look over at my
Fred T. Jane's Heresies is very good.
Ship of Ghosts was an excellent look at the USS Houston, the first one, and its loss in the early stages of World War II and what happened to its survivors. If you're looking for something a little bit more on the modern side. I also liked Lincoln's Admiral as a companion piece to Lincoln's Generals, because while the Naval War was quite different in the Civil War, there was a lot going on behind the scenes that not many people know about, and that book delves into it in a pretty unbiased fashion.
If you want to look into fun, follow the works of John Erickson.
No.
Snake, we've only got one chance. We'll lure
Do
him
we
over
only
towards
have
the
one
other side.
chance?
When the Shagohod is on the bridge, shoot the explosives. The bomb is planted on the strut of the bridge.
You know I've got wireless command detonated TNT, right? Like, we don't have to shoot the explosives.
We have to shoot the explosives. Oh god, they got more motorcycle guys.
How dare they bring more motorcycles to this motorcycle fight? I'm not gonna lie, I have been looking at used Urals to pick one up because it just looks like a whole heap of fun.
You are limited by how many pieces of metal you're allowed to have in your yard in your state, I'm sure.
I am not, because I'm outside city limits, and I have outbuildings for all of my toys.
You're like, I will have 12 boats in my yard.
I'm not a boat guy.
Do you know what the definition of boat is?
I refuse to acknowledge.
The definition of boat is hole in the water in which you throw money.
Yeah.
That is the definition of boat.
I thought you were going to make fun of me for liking boats of old cars. I thought that's where you were going with that.
No, I like boats of old cars. I think they're fantastic.
God, this Ben guy is super pissed off at us.
He's got his own shirt.
Yeah, you
He's
gotta
got a
wonder
shirt
why he's
that
got
says-
that written on there. Because it's not like on the label so you can tell the shirt is his. Is it so other people know, or is it so he remembers who he is?
Why does he have just... I mean, maybe it is. Maybe he's a simple guy. Maybe all that electricity is not helping him. It's a lot of electricity, brother. It's a lot of electricity.
It is. What about ass toys?
Ass toys. Oh,
I mean, I don't-
B-O-A-T, big ol' ass toy. Got it.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. I was gonna say, my ass toys are not in the yard.
I was gonna say. That's bold.
Yep, keep my aim steady.
Yeah, gotta keep your aim steady with your 31 round magazine. Super Dragonum.
Don't worry about it.
Oh no, sorry, that's not the magazine. You can only carry 31 bullets, I guess. 3 magazines plus 1. Elevate 1.
It's somewhere around there.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. No. Almost. Right, almost on the money.
To the left?
She's lying. What? Wow, man. Well, here comes the Shagohod.
Is there a way to zoom in so I can actually see the edges of this bomb?
No, don't worry about it. Zoom in. I don't know.
Why would
I see this. I see the spark. I see the spark right off the bomb, and it's like, no. You need to hurry, Snake. Oh, there you go. That'll help. Yeah, let's just use
I'm
that.
out of Drogon ammo!
All right. Well, this is good.
I forgot the assignment. We'll never make it on time. She says as the Shagohod slowly creeps across the...
Like a slug. Like a slug. We'll never make it on time. We'll never make it on time. No, not the Shagohod.
What's going on? Snake!
Snake, you seem to have not been able to run away from the Shagohod. It was moving at over 12 miles an hour. Great. It was the speed of a Great War tank, Snake. Yeah, just shoot it.
Two more left. More to the right.
Like, this is...
No. More to the right. You gotta put it more to the right, she says. More to the right, even though it's right on it. More to the right. Shoot the other one first. Shoot the other one first and see what happens. Yeah, just shoot the far right one. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. These aren't calibrated. You don't need to sniper calibrate anything. These are fine. See, that's
there
what
we
it
go.
was.
Yeah, specific
You had
order.
to block the grate. Yeah, specific order. You got to shoot them grates in specifics because the whatever.
Yeah, well, that's nice, Eva. There we go.
Pull that trigger and blow it up. Now,
Enemy
imagine
at the
if you would
grates.
instead. Imagine if you would have instead, like, just put a mine under it. Because it fills up the whole road.
Yeah.
It's the road. It's literally the road. Like, if you just put a mine, it would just run over it. And you're like, oh no, it's broken. And he would get out and have to fight you again. And he doesn't have a gun.
Yeah, it just kept going. I blew up all three. It detonated the bridge, but it just kept crawling across the bridge.
All right. Oh, here he goes in fast speed.
Yeah, I do appreciate that I just never bothered to find any of those guns, so it gave it to me for this end section. It gave me the SVD.
Yeah, there's a lot of SVD shots you can make in the game.
Yeah. Like, if I had found the SVD for the end fight, I could have done an actual, like, sniper, counter-sniper battle. It could have been really tense.
Oh no, it's the Heritage Rough Rider. Where will he ever get a 22? Ever again. It's very sad now.
Yeah, so we've seen that thing physically fall into the river, right?
Yeah. We saw it fall into Goldeneye Gorge.
Oh, but it's not actually in the river yet.
And then it lands and he dies.
Well, you'll notice that much like the jumps that the Duke boys did, the landing was off screen.
Yes. It's because you don't want to see the frame of a car twist like a banana.
What does that even mean?
I trust you. You got your cans out and I have one eye, so I can't see anything. I'm not that smart, Eva.
Oh,
You're holding my hands. He's probably shooting us right now.
I missed the opportunity to see her boobs again. Sorry, guys. I have failed the chat.
What if all the time he was doing all this with a little turret, you just left?
Just drove off. What if when he got shot in the eye, instead of it getting like blown out, he was just really cockeyed the rest of the game?
Yeah, just an eye looking
Like its left one focuses on you and the right one just swivels wherever. It's like a googly eye now.
I think Mad Ducks could make that happen.
You know, my favorite part is that in all of the next games where we have Naked Snake, he always sights down the eye patch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because
that's horrifying.
He puts it up to the right eye. So this,
Yeah,
she's just not gonna drive in the direction I need her to? Okay.
No.
I have to
No,
go hit the
she's-
giant glowing spot on the back.
Well, I understand that. But Eva is stuck in orbit mode. You need to task Eva to not orbit mode by saying, Eva, please turn the other way. Yeah, I yell just like that in World of Tanks too, buddy. I know how you feel. I have the same reaction all the time.
Jesus Christ, just get me behind this fucking thing.
Set orbit to 10 clicks and let's warp jam this guy. There you go. Yes,
well,
we're
yeah,
wearing
that's
him
the
down.
idea.
Considering he has some sort of weird little house card screw dad thing, and he thinks it's really neat. I mean, it's cool, but this is like mid-level boss battle cool, not in-level boss battle cool.
Yeah, like if this was the mid climax for the game instead of the end fight, you're like, oh, okay.
This again feels like a counter climax. It doesn't feel right.
Any day now. We'll get there sometime. It's okay, Eva. I believe in you.
Eva is a simple woman of simple means.
Well, I mean, yeah, she was raised in communist China.
Yep. All she knows how to do is go in circles.
And
She's going to
smelt
infiltrate
pig
NASCAR
iron.
next. Yep, she can, well.
Sorry. Isn't this thrilling gameplay?
This is so great. It looks like something off of the Farm Sim group. That's what this looks like. This looks like Farm Sim Fridays recreates Metal Gear Solid.
No, don't
Do a
drive me
barrel
away
roll.
from the back! Why did you drive me away from the back?
No, it's because Eva is really easily startled. She has a short attention span. Excellent. Isn't this where the guy starts singing the Kookaburra song or something and then gets blown up?
Something.
He says something really strange and then dies. You know, as an autistic person, I think I can say this. I think Vulcan is autistic. He's very, very specific and peculiar with what he likes. He kind of comes off as an asshole. He's really into some very weird, specific stuff.
Yeah, Farm Sim Friday has more action.
Yeah, that's true. This is the saddest tank I've ever seen, and I used to play World of Tanks.
It always kind of surprised me that War Thunder got better tanks than World of Tanks.
Which is surprising, isn't it?
Yeah. It's also got better ship combat than World of Ships.
Yeah, with the ship combat's really decent. I enjoy it. People don't like the Alaska class that I've got because I can kill people from like 30 miles away, so they spawn in and then just plunging fire and they die.
All that is the Alaska class.
Oh, it's great. It's like, I have a radar rangefinder. You're there.
And, you know, you can't have Russian bias when the Russians didn't have a very effective navy.
No.
Man, I don't think machine guns do that.
Well, they don't do it for long.
Like, those are fucking NSVs underneath there.
Right. Yeah, machine guns don't do that for long. If you see machine guns are shooting like that, it's not a minigun. That's probably a runaway gun, and Not good?
Why are we turning around? Put me behind
Well,
the tank.
No, she's having fun. This is her time too.
Why did he load it with just tracer rounds?
Because he's bored, okay? He's really strange.
Nope,
All
that
right,
didn't do
so-
it. He's
Yeah.
out-turning us because we're like a mile away from him. Eva?
This fight is dedicated to the brave fighters of Grozny Grad.
Alright, we beat the Shagohod once, but have we beaten it twice?
You know what I think is really good for an awkward boss battle? Is a second awkward boss battle.
Yes.
American man fires literal entire Soviet army groups worth of RPGs at confused man and tractor. News at 11.
Did we beat him?
God damn it. He knows! He knows we didn't do it!
Uh-oh.
Did we beat him? No, he's harder to kill than this. The DM has to say he's dead.
I have this untraceable amount of money that's tied to no one and it's infinite. I'm going to use it to make the shittiest tank and shoot lightning bullets at people. I'm a dangerous man.
Hey, do you think you could just, like, punch into a bunch of wiring? And then with your electric power, that is the wiring that actually runs, like, the tank instead of being, I don't know,
Let me
the air
give you
conditioner?
a preview. If you want to see what this is really like, just go ahead and find the SMES in any game of Space Station 13, and without any sort of tools whatsoever, just start cutting the wires out of there and touch them. Just punch in there and see what happens.
Oh no! Whatever will he do?
Look, he's a tank surfer, so this guy's legit.
And the choice between going after the disarmed woman on the motorcycle or Mr. Infinite RPG, who do you prioritize? That was a nice hero pose.
Did she, after all this, just call him a blockhead?
Yes.
Like, that's like the insult from All Quiet on the Western Front. Okay.
And now she's playing chicken.
And then there's just an explosion.
You know, I could solve the whole series if I killed them both right here, right now. There was an achievement for that. If you killed Ocelot when he was asleep in like that first section of the game.
Who to prioritize? Tits McGee or RPG or Clock? Well, I know where he's pointing. There's some anti-aircraft guns.
Yep, that's what I'm going for. Oh god, that's a Shagohod.
Don't
Man,
worry,
you know,
he's-
I would think it was bigger in person.
It's really disappointingly small, and I love that she's just kind of slowly driving away from him. This reminds me of like every fight I've had in space, you know, just... This is just... Dun 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 dun. I mean, it's bonkers. Achtung, Minengeschoss.
Why is this happening? Says man under anti-aircraft gunfire. Does anybody know how to no lethal him on this one? Yeah, see, this is where we need the Benny Hill music.
Yeah, just sitting here with that anti-aircraft gun. As you know, electricity will help you deflect 14.5 to 23 millimeter airburst shells. Ah, yes, Snake baited him back to Choke Point Mountain.
Thrilling, absolutely thrilling gameplay here.
Game of the year.
It was, I believe.
Yep, just gonna sit there. This is the DM just saying no a lot. That's all this is the DM saying no.
No, you missed. No, you missed. Can we start seeing your rolls, in front of the screen? I'm becoming rather dubious.
I think 10 zeros in a roll is bullshit, sir. Well, now we have to wait.
Yep. It's gotta think. I do appreciate that it thinks I did that with the RPG-7. I would use the RPG-7 more in this game if it wasn't explicitly and completely nerfed in every single boss battle.
Who's afraid of a little thunder?
What a guy.
Say it, Bart. Say the line.
Say the line, Bart. And then he turned into a fire whale.
I wasn't gonna spoiler that. Yeah, this doesn't even kill this man.
Spoiler? You think that is like we're ruining it. We ruined his story arc. He becomes a fire whale that flies in the sky.
Well,
that's how he does it.
If we'd set that up right, people would have lost their minds, and they're like, "What the fuck? Why is he back?" You can tell that he was meant to die here, though.
No, they just literally scrape everything.
So Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 are, in my opinion, the highlights of the series. Metal Gear Solid 4 becomes a game of what from Metal Gear Solid 2 can we staple to Metal Gear Solid 3 and try to claim it makes sense.
Ah, yeah, fireworks.
And then in Metal Gear Solid 5, they forgot to put in any story.
Well, they had some, and then they got rid of. Oh, hey, those guys just finally caught up from the jungle.
Yeah,
hey, those are the guys you
they've been
dodged.
chasing me since the jungle.
They had to go get gas. Those things don't go very far. They've had to stop a few times. They're trying to get you, but they're like, "Oh God, where is he?" And they're like, "Oh shit, he blew up the shadow. All right, finally, let's get him, boys." It's been days.
If I let a few belts of 7.62 by 54R cook off while being struck by lightning, can I be a sky whale too? One of the rounds cooking off hits both of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
boys.
Rattle them, boys.
Yeah, so those things in real life had like 15 minutes of fly time. They were also powered by a giant fan, not by jets. But the Army did test those. They were not very stable, not very efficient. There was essentially no use for them. And they were exceptionally dangerous. And the only people who could reliably control them were like fighter test pilots.
Yeah, they had some issues.
Which is, you know, the reason that we don't have flying cars yet. We've had the technology since like the 60s. But you put that third dimension into motion and all of a sudden the FAA wants you to have a pilot's license.
You know, I was saying that it's a real shame they don't just let you do whatever in the sky. You know, I also love that you're driving down a mountain.
Yeah.
Just unlike the sure.
I guess I got that guy.
Yeah?
I mean, I don't know, those might be relatively, you know, good off-road tires. They looked kind of beefy when they were in the cutscene. This is a model with the little spotlight. I do want that. I want the spotlight and the machine gun mount for my own. Oh! Hey, it's these guys again. You know, I think we've killed, like, 2 divisions worth of reconnaissance assets so far, just with these motorcyclists. God, this is chugging so bad. What's our FPS actually at?
I think our FPS is probably postcards at this point. we as I don't know how many people are playing Metal Gear Solid on Twitch right now. We're probably in the top 100, I'd guess.
I would hope so, yeah.
And I would bet that this is probably the slowest gameplay they're gonna see.
You know, we're jaded, but we've also played this game like 8 fucking times. And we're looking at this with the lens of his continued projects. This was actually a pretty good game at the time. It was really well done. Some of this jankiness is because of the emulator. It was not like this on the original PlayStation.
At all, yeah. On the original PlayStation,
it ran like butter on PlayStation.
Except for a few parts, but it was still mostly great. Like, mostly perfect, really, truly.
You know, I didn't have any problems until the Substance Edition. That's where it started to chug a little bit, because I think
that was the one I played the most of.
Okay, yeah. The third-person camera, I think, just being tacked onto this engine, it did not like it, which is why they had to rebuild the engine for 4, plus the weird architecture of the PlayStation 4, 3. Ambush is a strong word. We drove by. Like, that's not an ambush. You know, I could hit these people if you stop fucking moving.
You can't do that. You yelled at her last time, and now she's trying to go faster.
You know what? He gets to live and tell the tale. The tale of the motorcycle massacre. That's like 8 Urals come tumbling down the mountain without their drivers or riders.
And yes, I will gladly play a game tomorrow on my channel, and I am probably going to do a few things. I have a few ideas for games. I haven't decided yet, but I've got some ideas to include some theme park times. I think that would be nice.
Yeah. She's like a shark. If she stops, she dies. So if I hold the Patriot trigger down indefinitely, these frames dip into single digits.
That is important.
So we're gonna avoid that and just kill people when they need killing. Like right now.
I love the sound of the little flyboy sitting there having a moment with his little Scooty Puff Jr. Uh-oh. Yeah, these aren't really smart weapons. I don't know what they're thinking.
Is that gonna fall on us? Yes.
It ran out of gas.
That was pretty nice. I've not seen that before.
It's the speeder bike chase from Return of the Jedi done on a BBC budget.
Yeah, this is just an episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's like Revenge of the Skymen by Doctor Who. The thing is, though, is even though Doctor Who would frequently have zero fucking money, like all the
They
actors
pulled a
nail
lot
it.
off.
Yeah, all the actors nail it, and everyone gives a shit. So I'm like, good.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I'm a tenant guy.
A BBC budget, more like a PBS budget. Yeah, we got to break this up with a showing of Hey Arthur.
They bought all of that, and then they just air it forever. I'm sure there's only probably like 4 episodes of Hey Arthur that were ever made, but PBS owns all of them, and they'll play them for like 16 hours a day.
You know, I was surprised at how common that is. As an adult, surprised by how common that is in children's shows. That they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll have 2 seasons of it, and we'll just play it forever. Because what are they going to do? Be like, no, I've seen this story arc. No, they grow up by the time they see it all.
You ever watch PBS in the middle of the day?
Yeah.
You know, in the middle of the day, they have nothing going on. If you're ever sick, just watch PBS in the middle of the day. And you will watch shit that is chock full of errors and everything else. I remember one time watching shit on PBS when I was sick, and I thought I had just, like, in the mouth of madness, seen my own death. I was just seeing stuff where I was like, they left that error in the show. Like, who cares? You know, just whatever. So I started having a fever dream about what if there was a PBS show on in the middle of the day where you watch some guy working, you know, like on a drill press, and he just goes right through his hand. And because it's PBS in the middle of the day, they don't take it off. They just show the whole thing. And you're just like, what? You're the only person who sees it.
See,
the show is never aired again.
That would be... I would take that and, for Delta Green, twist it to, like, one of the indicators that the King in Yellow has entered this reality and it's unraveling. It's like PBS gets weirder and weirder every time you look at the TV.
I remember one time watching The Price is Right, and I was just thinking that a lot of people don't know what the price of things is.
Yeah. Although The Price is Right also takes some liberty with prices.
Well, my other favorite is the... I like watching the Wheel of Fortune when people solve puzzles and don't know what they're doing. So there was one puzzle I remember where it was A-N, like Anne, obviously, AC blank of K-I, like, blank D, and it was obviously like an act of kindness, right?
Okay,
and it was
yeah.
almost every letter solved. And it was like Armed Forces, you know, Wheel of Fortune, and the guy was like, I would like to solve the puzzle, and they're like, go ahead, and he goes...
Ace of spades.
No, he goes an ace of kidneys. And everyone just stares.
Oh, good lord.
An ace of kidneys.
Yep. America's Defenders, ladies and gentlemen.
An ace of kidneys.
Or, as we now call the Space Force, the Guardians. Ural just went through that rock. And that rock, too. I'm beginning to think some of these aren't solid objects.
Imagine if an ace of kidneys sounds like a really bad hand from someone who's a poor liar. They're like, ace of kidneys flush, and you're like, wait.
Well, it's like the Buster Scruggs bit. It's like nobody realizes that the reason he didn't want to play the hand in the beginning is that was the dead man's hand. Okay.
I love how they're chasing you through the woods now.
He said on the right. Dude, I can't see shit. There they are.
An ace of kidneys. See, I would just call them specimen. I'm with that.
How many times do you think Kojima watched the Indiana Jones motorcycle chase and fight before he put this section
He saw the motorcycle chase and fight, and he said, I need to do that for 45 minutes. Oh, look, here they come. More troops. Oh, man. We're fighting.
Hey, Eva, I'm naked.
Oh, here comes a jump.
God damn it.
I love this. Yep.
Yep. That absolutely did not break the front forks of the Ural.
Don't worry.
There's a reason Evel Knievel was notably uninjured after all of his jumps.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he was... He never had problems.
Never once.
Hey, are you ready for another motorcycle sound for 10 minutes?
Random motorcycle noises.
And Eva saying things. Yeah, it's amazing he was
Did they
never
cut away
injured.
from him too before he landed? No. Everybody
No.
wanted to watch him land. That
Yeah,
was the
when he
excitement of
landed-
Evel Knievel.
The excitement of Evel Knievel is watching a man explode all over the ground like Gumby. While wearing an American flag.
Yeah.
Oh, someone shot your tank once. What if you just covered it with your thumb?
I see what she did there, slinging the sidecar into it so that he takes the brunt of the impact.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
she does.
that's a broken back. Did that speedometer say 60 kilometers an hour? Yes.
60 whole kilometers in 1 hour.
Eva, turn on the radio and tune in to WBPL 76 tonight.
WBPL 76. Next up, Quish is cooking on the rim. But right now, Eva gets impaled because she doesn't know how to drive the speed limit and doesn't look where she's going.
Well, you know, on that topic, we are up against Quish's time. So,
yeah,
this cutscene is going to be the end of it. We're going to start the next game 2 weeks from now by repairing this damage on Eva and then getting into the final boss battle.
That's a lot of damage. You're going to need Flex Seal.
Eva, my spinal fluid tastes like Sprite.
You know, he's like, I farted and I can hear the ocean.
God, yeah, no, cerebral spinal fluid smells awful and it's the consistency of eggs. I hope it doesn't taste like Sprite.
Give me a gun.
No, we're getting out of here.
Snake is now 4 feet tall after that fall.
He'll never make it.
Snack. He walks like one of those arm-waving inflatable tube men.
This week.
What do you mean?
Listen to me, Eva. We're doing this together.
Stick through the kidney? How dare you? How dare you act like that's a serious injury?
You know what we need to do? You have an obvious injury through your midsection, so we need to have a speech. That always helps.
Wait by myself.
Okay, that was pretty good. She
And
needs
then
a
she
couple
dies.
cans of cat food and a cigarette. Somebody else plays Marauders. Oh no, I've been shot 1,000,000 times. Here's a chocolate bar.
There was that one time last night where we set people on fire.
We did, including Psyduck.
We set Psyduck on fire.
You should not give me the LPO, it turns out.
I set everyone on fire. Everyone burns.
I've had an arrow in my spine for like 3 days. Suck it up.
Yeah, he's got an arrow in his brain. Like, she just looks at him, and he just goes, "Oh, waffles."
She's not dead. She shows up in the next game. We're fine.
He just starts talking in telegraph clicks.
Yeah, we're not paying attention to this radio conversation.
Paramedic.
Oh God, she's seriously hurt. How do I fix this, you person?
Paramedic, the girl I stare at is hurt. Please help me.
It's been circling in a AC-130 for 5 days while I was tortured in a basement and lost my eye.
We've had to keep going back to Turkey, Snake. It's a long flight. Please hurry up.
Oh God damn it, it won't let me out of this. Okay, we're gonna have to do this quick. Let's see. Oh yeah, the survival viewer. She's got weird motion, whatever.
I remember people obsessed with the survival viewer. They were just like, you could make her boobies move around.
Like, you can. I'll show you. Just say we did it. Oh, never mind. I lost the opportunity.
Yeah, it's literally like people will like go watch a video of people doing it and be like, see, you could do it. And I'm like,
yeah.
And?
Interesting fun fact. Kojima and his developers didn't think that she had enough jiggle in her physics normally. So whenever she moves, they actually move in the opposite direction they should to enhance the jiggle.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's Kojima. She's gonna fart, burst a blood vessel, and die. As you know, when you've taken massive injury.
God, these cutscenes. There's so many fucking cutscenes.
Please, I want to leave. It's so hard. I've never seen my son.
I just want to see my children. It's been so long. Alright, that is us done for the evening. We've got Cooking on the Rim coming up. So
and tomorrow,
stick around.
I will see you on my channel.
Yep, we'll be there. Probably.
Yep. Yeah.
So
good luck.
All right, guys. On that, we're gonna leave. See ya.